What is up, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. All you new viewers out there, make sure to sub, hit the bell. You guys help this channel grow. First off, man, big shout out to one of the subscribers. Been rocking with the channel for a minute. It's me, bruh. What's up, my man? But anyways, interesting stuff going on here. So we all saw what played out. What was it? How long has it been now, man? I'm in a time warp or something. I don't have a good conception of time, which I normally do. But with all this going on, one day to the next, it is what it is, right? But I don't know, it was a month or two ago, the legendary Public Enemy, we saw them just go out. Like, why are they going out like that? You know what I mean? It seemed like Bernie Sanders was what split these legends apart, and it was mind-blowing. We didn't get it. It was ugly. It hurt to see. If you're a fan of hip-hop music, if you're a fan of the culture, if you're a fan of the history, it hurt to see. It was like, why, man? And we felt some bitter emotions and tension between the two, but it looks like there's some good news, you know what I mean? Because it looks like they pulled a genius move, but not something just as simple as, oh, they fake breaking up for the publicity. It's not that simple, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm liking this. Chuck D is a brilliant dude in my opinion. Flav too, in his own right. You know, that's what these guys are, just special together, you know what I mean, as artists, as a group. And what I'm referring to is this interview that Chuck D did with Talib Kweli on that People Party Up Rocks channel, whatever you want to call that podcast, whatever the exact name is, and they touched on it all. And you really got to pay attention to this information that they put out. But it was kind of funny, man. He said Flav don't know the difference between Colonel Sanders, Barry Sanders, and Bernie Sanders. You know what I mean? And that had me laughing. I thought that was funny. You know what I mean? Because although they were both fighting the power, fighting the good fight, we always knew Flav was Chuck D was the more political one. You know what I mean? It's like they ain't really breaking up. And that was something a lot of subscribers, Kingdom, if you see this video, you called it. You said these guys gonna work this out. This ain't really gonna happen. That's another subscriber out there of mine, for those who don't know. She said they'll get it together, Jay Coffee. Don't worry about it. These guys are brothers. And but like I said, it wasn't that simple that they just pretended to break up to get the eye on them, the public eye on the Public Enemy, okay? Because they got a new project dropping in April, and it's called Food as a Machine Gun. And I don't know, man. Chuck D saying this is going to be, I don't know if he said the most important, or he said basically this album is going to do something that no hip-hop album has ever done. You know what I mean? And they touched a lot in those old projects, but he said this is going to be something you've never seen before. And he said April Fools is going to be owned by Public Enemy. Okay, so what I'm saying is that it wasn't just a fake breakup. You got to put together everything Chuck D said. You know what I mean? And then you still can't fully understand it because they put it out there the way they wanted to put out there. Because there really has been a lot of issues between these guys, you know. As Chuck D was saying, they've always been on two different pages, two different ends of the spectrum. And he hasn't agreed with everything Flavor Flav has done. You know what I mean? Like, this got a little too personal to just be something that was done on some, like, you know, a publicity stunt type move. No, this was really going on. He just felt, you know what? let's put this out there to the people that I'm about sick of you, you know? And you can hold that down almost. You know what I mean? It's like he felt that people needed to know this, and it would do them good to put the views on them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You gotta go check this interview out. But he said Flav's stock has been low. You know, and I think he was referring to some of the work Flavor Flav had done over the years, and that he didn't approve of. And he was speaking about the Prophets of Rage, which is, you know, Chuck D working with Rage Against the Machine. They do like a rock rap type deal, and you know, they try to fight the power. They did a world tour and everything like that, and Flavor Flav was not a part of that. So he said, you know, you always have had, and shout out to It's Me Bro, he called in on the live and spoke about this a while ago, that you've always had the Public Enemy as the radio show, and then you have Public Enemy as the group. And they've always negotiated things every couple years between the two of them. And he said he's experienced so much stuff between Flavor Flav that this was the worst of it. He was about sick of them, of a lot of things that he's done over the years. And I think what he meant by that, is because listen, check this out. Let me break this down. He said nowadays bad news is the news, and he doesn't like that. You know what I mean? Something that's a good look never gets a good look, you know? So how could he flip that to work for them? Well, how about we put Public Enemy's bad news out there, because things are bad at times, you know? And Flav not wanting to be a part of the Bernie Sanders thing. And he said there wasn't exactly a lawsuit going on, but there was some cease and desist orders put out there that was making him mad, because that gets back to he doesn't know the Colonel Sanders from Bernie Sanders. And what I take by that is Chuck D really is trying to do something here, working with Bernie. That's what he thinks, fighting the good fight and fighting the power, in his opinion, that's who he wants to align with. And Flavor Flav not wanting to be a part of it angered him. And he said he falsely put it out there, basically, that he was being sued. It wasn't a lawsuit. There were cease and desist orders and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So he said, you know what, Flav, I'm about sick of your ass. You've been on some funny stuff over the years. This is important, what we're trying to do here. And you act like you're going to get political. You don't really know politics like that. So hold that down. Quit suing me. This is the last I've had of it. You're fired. And that's it. So how did Chuck D flip it like that? How did he flip it to the public? Well, this whole only bad news is what the news is now thing that he doesn't really like. He flipped it. He took the bad negotiations he was having with Flav, you know what I'm saying, and figured I'm gonna have to do this one little thing on my own, put it out there to the people so they can eat it up, you know what I mean? And then in April, when we're pushing our new thing, all eyes will already be on us. People are going to be eating it up. April Fools is going to be all about Public Enemy. It's just very interesting. And you know what is interesting about it as well is that he put this out now. He said he came across the War of the Worlds recently. He said he likes to go taking old content. So think about that. We all know about the War of the Worlds, right? The fake broadcast that leaked around, or it was some kind of a stage thing. And you know, there's still a lot of theories about it till this day, what that was about. Was it an experiment for this? It was some kind of doomsday experiment, or what was that? You know, or a lot of people just say, yo, it was a radio show that they wanted to really have an effect on the people. And so they didn't tell no one about it. Well, it's almost like that's what influenced and inspired this whole movement that they're doing now. You know what I mean? He got to air out his differences with Flavor Flav, and seemed to get a little bit of satisfaction about that. And he got to tell Flavor Flav, listen, let me do my thing with what I'm doing with Bernie, whether you like it or not. Shut up about it, basically. You know what I mean? You're not qualified to speak on that with me. I'll put my name on whatever, and we'll rock together in April. Okay? And he flipped it. He flipped the way the news is transmitted to the people nowadays in their favor. And like, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying here, you know what I mean? But this was a multi-level thing. You had to peel different layers of the onion here. I don't know, I think it's a genius plan. But this new project that's coming out, Food as a Machine Gun, as I was spoken about earlier, he said, as I was stating, this could be the biggest hip hop project ever, and it's about the food industrial machine and the effect it has on society, on the people. So I don't know. There was more to this than just Bernie. There was more to this than just jealousy and two brothers fighting. That was part of it, but this was also a plan as well. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a fake beef. It was a real beef that got leaked in somewhat of a, I don't want to say a fake way, but it was trickery. It was a mind trick by an OG, and I think it's gonna work, man. I think I like it. But now he's speaking on it now. He's letting us know what it is. So y'all get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about that. I like it. I'm waiting for this new project. Sub to the channel, hit the bell, join the discussion in the comments. I'm out of here, y'all.